Greetings, everyone. This is Dr. Thomas, and I'm here with Spiritual Wisdom. This is part 3 for December of 2022. The theme this month has been simple. You know, how simple is our lives? How simple can our lives be? And on the first channel I did for this, it was all about... I laugh at it, I guess, when I think about it, and I just remember. I remember it was just like a solid little butler as it stands, goes ding, ding, ding. We are here to serve you, and that is how it's been set up. That is how the world is set up for humans. It was set up, and it's been set up for us to be served by our guides, by the angels, by the spirits, by God. We have that free choice. But if you look back into the first channels I did, the first message about love and how the universe was set up, I was asked the question yesterday about the importance of darkness. And that goes back to the first channel I did. The importance of darkness was to lead us to this point of love and light that we're getting to. And so yes, there are challenges in our lives. But if we live simply, and we let go and surrender, there's so much available waiting for us. Because everything has been set up in a complex way around us, so that when we live here, it can be simple. I shared the room of lessons, the parable that Lee Carroll and Cryan shared. I talked about that and gave a little example of that, of how we have the free choice to simply say no or yes. To invite the abundance, to invite the love that we want, what we desire that matches and aligns with us to come forth, or to not. And people say, well, we want this, we want this. Often people say when they want this, yes, when they say that they want things, that often speaking not from a point of true love and emotion and feeling and desire to have that. When they say I want this, and why don't I have this in my life if I have this free choice and this free will and I can bring forth and manifest what I want, it's because they're coming from it from a place of lack. They're ultimately saying, I don't have the money, so why don't I have $1 million? Well, the first thing they're saying is, I don't have the money. I don't deserve the money. That's the first thing that they are saying. And so they're really saying, I don't want the money. I don't want this. I don't deserve it. It doesn't align with me because it's not what the society says should be going on. I must make a money by only working for a job, working for someone else that will pay me. That's the only way to get money, only way to be happy. That is not the way it works, but that is how you foolishly think it works. We've been programmed as humans to think that way for so long. So when people say to me, and I hear this being said to others, and la, this is not working because it's not there. It's because of the doubt. The authors of the book, The Secret. Have you ever read The Secret or see the movie The Secret? Dr. Joe, who's on that, he came on and spoke a few months ago. And he said, when he spoke with Lee and Monica, he said, the true secret for The Secret was not shared. It's that when people have to doubt and do not to believe, it will not happen. And that is why so many fail, because there's and to put it in the ways for humans to understand, there's a hierarchy of how the growth happens and how you can learn the lessons. And like a lot of the things that people do are like those, pick their name, those big motivational speakers, yes. And you go to their conferences, and you pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for the weekend, and they give you the rah, 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 and woohoo, and yeah, and you can do this, and you can change your life, and then you leave on that Monday, and you go to work with, yes, I can change my life, and then Tuesday is, yes, I can change my life, and Wednesday is, oh, I'm back in my life, and Thursday you forgot everything of the weekend. And then you have those which we love like the ones that are like Abraham Hicks, beautiful people. Not saying the others are not beautiful, but they try to instill other ways of that longevity, of putting forth the manifestations and belief and always having the manifestation to putting forth what you want. But in that mix is what we want to talk about today. There is a neuroscientist, Eben Alexander. One of his books is The Proof of Heaven. He read it. He didn't want to read it. He even started reading it in the Audible book and he almost turned it off like 15 times. But there was a message there, which aligns with all we are talking about in the simple things of life. Eben Alexander, a neuroscientist, you read the book, get his information if you want. He had a near-death experience. The neat thing about it, because he is a scientist, when he was all done, he went through and he put out the 19 reasons for biology reasons for what can explain what he experienced during those days of being in a coma and being practically dead. And he was able to prove, because he was a doctor, it was a specialization, that none of those 19 things from his church were possible or even happened that could have caused what he saw, what he heard, and what he experienced. There's the proof. Now, the beauty of this is what I want to explain, because this is, it all aligns with how simple life is for us. How the spirit, the aliens, the galactic world has all been set up for us to come here to just live and go through these experiences that we want to go through. The blessings are there for us if we ask. They are not there for us if we don't want them, or we don't ask for them, we don't believe we deserve them. But they are there, waiting for us. But Eben Alexander had a conversation with the source, the God, do all this. Now we say conversation, we call God. It is so many different ways of explaining it because it's so complex, or so simple. It really is so simple. But what he came back with was a lot of things. And the book is really great. And you get these great experiences. And you just, you get these chills when you read what has happened and what experienced in the real time. With this going on in the family and him, the parallels, and then the end. Oh my goodness. But knowing things, there are 3 rules he came back with. I call them rules. He calls them rules. But 3 things to know. 3 things. Number 1, is so simple, and this is the most powerful. If there's one thing to know in this world, one thing to remember, is what we talked about in November. Love. Love itself is the most powerful energy in the universe. And as we spoke, in the universe it's biased, but on earth it is unbiased. Which is why there is that balance of dark and light. Which is why there's a duality. Which is why our love is so much stronger, and why we are able to expand the universe by the growth of the love that we truly create. Because it is an unbiased love that we truly create with a true love. We create it. But the universe is 95% energy, and love is that energy. So we live in love. It is not easy because of the next 2 rules. That we feel are right and they're not what you think. But the next 2 rules stop the love from growing and stop us from living in the love, because we are so indoctrined in living in the next 2. These are the tough ones to understand and grasp. So I'm going to explain them in a little different way. You have nothing to fear. Fear is such a strong dynamic, a strong energy that we put out. But we have nothing to fear. All fear is man-made. All fear is man-made. We do not create it. Humans do. So you have nothing to fear. We love you. We love you, and you are surrounded by so much love. And if you pass, it will be the most joyous day in this expression. You will come up and you will see us, and we will all embrace and hug, and you will have so much love back in you, and you will look back at all the people around you, and you will have so much love, and you'll wish them no grief. You'll wish them love, because that's just what you will have for them, because there is no fear. There's nothing to fear in this world. And the next one's even harder to grasp. You can do no wrong. You say yes you can. You disagree with that. And many people do. But in the eyes of God, the source, the creator, the angels, the spirits around you, your team, your guides, you can do no wrong because you have come here with complete free choice. Now, in the eyes of the human, you can do wrong against each other. But if you're living in rule number one, if you're living in rule number one of pure love and light, then you are not going to hurt anyone because you love. You're going to send love to people instead of hurt. You are going to do what manifests and what is right for you. And so sometimes it might seem the other person wrong, but they will realize in the end it was right. Because your truths are different than their truths. And you must live your truth, and you live it in love. You will find that the fear is no longer there. And you will do things that are right for you, right for others. Because living in love, you end up serving others. You end up being in peace. Because it all starts with love. And we set it up that way so you can choose to live in love or not. But when you do, life becomes simple. Life becomes very simple. Yes, there will be things coming around and decisions to make and choices and other things. But you living in a place of happiness and peace and growth where the choices and your intuition will easily guide you. We will easily help guide you. You in this co-creation consciousness will easily flow forth what you want in front of you instead of the old ways where the fear was the purpose and the fear was controlling so much, but you were pushed where you want to go. Now you are creating it and it's appearing in front of you. When you live in love, in this consciousness, the love creates what you want in front of you, and it will simply appear in ways you do not expect. That is the fun part. You do not know how it will come because you do not know what you truly need, because you do not have the capability of seeing that. Which is why we are with you, to bring it to you when you're ready and you're living in the right way, to keep it simple for you. What you want, and we bring forth. And that is actually what we're going to talk about in the next one. We're going to talk about this manifesting and the 3 things you need in order to truly bring forth what you want. So we talked about how simple life can be because it's set up in such a complicated way outside of you for you to have the simple choices, to live simply. We talked about what is available to you, so much abundance if you just ask. You ask and you align yourself, and it is there. Going back to the first month, the alignment, the love, it's all fitting in together. And today, the rules. Going back to November, the first thing, the love is the key to it all. If you're living in love, practicing in love, letting love be your guidance, you will find there's nothing to worry about and nothing to fear, and you will do no wrong. It's not easy to grasp this, but it is set up this way. So we are sharing it with you, so you can see, if you try it, how your life will change. We'll come back very soon to finish up this month. We already know what we're talking about next month. Next month we are going into duality. Yeah, yes, Yato. Duality. The month of 2023 is the year. Oh, the things you can have. Oh, the things that could happen. The beautiful things that are ahead for next year. If you want it. If you live in the love and you carry the love from 2022 that you experienced into 2023. We talk more about that later. So many blessings to you. We're going to do a quick healing. And not even it's just an energy as we go forth when you see this Ayaratoshi. Close your eyes and just breathe. You are so beautiful and your life around you is so full of love. We are around you now and are coming forth with this golden light, this light of pure gold with white, because that is the light we sent to you. And we're twirling around like an umbrella on top of your head, and the light is shining down. As it twirls around you in the light, the white golden light is coming down. You feel it like a shower. In the Karoshataka. And a big rush. It pulls off that which not serve your highest good. It takes it off. It releases it. Now it comes to you. We can only release it and clean it off of you. But for that to remain yourself in the highest place, you must remain in a higher light, in a higher wisdom, and in the more love. Because that's what comes off you. Cannot come back if your love is high. When you let your guard down and you go lower in the love, the shadow self rises and invites it back. So it's up to you, because it's your free choice. But we love you. We want to shower you with this golden light. Oh, and make you so happy. And make it Ashanda Kareta Shizufuba. With that, we say goodbye. And blessings to you all. I thank you guys for watching. You know, sometimes I have an idea of what I'm going to say and what's going to come out. Many times not. Or how it's going to go. That is what channeling is. That is what it is. It's not about hearing a voice coming down to you. That's kind of like the old way. It's about opening your whole body up. Connecting with your source around you. And they speak to you through intuition. And it is able to then, through their intuition, come out through your voice. It is simpler than we all can imagine and think. Because, I mean, I'm just saying this stuff, and it's coming to me at this point, because it is made that way. We can all do this. You can do this. Blessings. Till next time. It's Dr. Thomas, Spiritual Wisdom. Thank you for watching.